All right, we're live. Hello, Internet. It's been a hot minute. I got my buddy, my Never Stay Dead buddy,
Hey, hey,
Damien
hey.
here. Um, and plug, we just did the White Knight episode on our podcast recently. Go check that out. Um,
Yeah,
but
it's been a very hot minute. I haven't seen a video from you on your channel in quite some time.
right,
When,
I,
what's it
I
been, like 4 months, 3 months, or
maybe
more?
I'm hoping to get back to it. Untold's been eating all my comic time because we've been
Right.
doing roughly 3 podcasts a week plus what I've been doing with you. So yeah, so I'm hoping to maybe do some stuff and talk about different things. And I've definitely been reading some different things, and you'll see some stuff that I'll be reading soon because I just through family got a whole bunch of new comics. I just kind of wanted to flip through and show you guys some of
which
the stuff I
which is
got.
the point of this video. Now,
Right,
you told me before that the size of your collection has basically doubled in the past day or two since you got these boxes.
right. So I have a series of a handful of short boxes, a few long boxes, and then bookshelves of trades. I am currently looking at what I received recently in about 30 short boxes.
Hmm. That is
So,
an enormous number.
right.
There's supposedly about 150 comics fit in a short box, and I think that depends how tightly you jam them.
And how big the
But,
comics are.
well, there's that. So 150 times 30,
Yeah,
I can't even do that in my head.
it's enough. Um, so I've gone through a lot of these loosely, but I'm just going to start seeing how we can flip this around. So, okay, so here's a box. I got some Master Kung Fu. This one's number 25.
Ooh, can you open that one?
What for? What are you looking? What do you see?
I want to see who the artist is on the inside.
All right.
Because there are several exciting artists who worked on Master of Kung Fu. I mean, obviously, I shouldn't make you open too many comics.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we're
Have
gonna
you
want to
ever
do
read
so
any
many.
Master of Kung Fu from back in the day?
The Hands of Shang-Chi Master. I mean, I've read a couple, but this I'm assuming Vision is the artist. So Paul
Vision.
Galassi.
Yes, Paul Galassi. Yes. So he
If
became a
you can.
superstar artist on this comic.
Woo! All right.
And so that's exciting stuff to get Paul Galassi, Master of Kung Fu.
All right. And this is old school. You got the old school ads. You
Yes.
know.
This
Um,
is, I would guess this is
Evil
1974,
Knievel.
75.
Oh, let's see. 74.
Awesome.
All right, I'm gonna put this one back. And I'm
Okay,
pretty
so
sure most of this box is
you're
Master of Kung
wondering
Fu.
what comics to keep and what to get rid of. Do not get rid of any Master of Kung Fu. That's my learned opinion.
Okay, we'll see how far we
You don't
get.
have to obey me any more than my daughter does, but
I'm just okay. So we got Master of Kung Fu, still 25 cents, 42. A little further in, 75.
so all through there is Master of Kung Fu,
I'm pretty sure this box is Master.
and that back
Fu.
there. So Master of Kung Fu was where Paul Galassi became a star, then where Mike Zeck became a star, and you certainly know who he is.
Zeck. Yeah.
And then someone who died too young but would have become a star, Gene Day, was the final artist there. So you've got almost the entire run of Master of Kung Fu because it starts with number 14 or something like that.
Okay, well, I think there's some earlier ones. That's just where this box starts.
Oh, okay. So you've got some of the early ones that were drawn by Jim Starlin, especially. It's like Marvel Special Edition or something like that, number 14.
Okay.
And then they renamed it to Shang-Chi, and that one would be worth quite a bit of money.
Okay.
Not ETA Nick money, but
not that I'm gonna
good money for Wednesday cereal.
Right. Okay, so we end out the Masters of Kung Fu here on 125, which I believe is by the way this cover is framed, the last issue. This
Yes, that is the last issue.
Yeah.
And I have not read that one yet.
Oh, well, I'll just crack it open now and make you jealous. We got Masters of the Universe.
So this is pretty much a whole box of Masters.
Well, they're pretty well alphabeticalized.
Yeah.
So the problem is that the boxes got all jumbled up throughout the move and whatnot. So I'm going to open these up, and it's
You
going
don't know which box you're in, but each box is organized.
Right, and there's some doubles. Like I got another copy of Masters here. Masters 2.
I think that may have some interesting art, but I assume it won't be that readable. Because
Hey, that's 3. Skeletor, baby.
Licensed material. Were you a Masters of the Universe child, or did that come
No.
before or after you?
I know nothing other than it's He-Man and Skeletor. That's all I know. All right.
Blast
hey.
Stash It has let us know that it's special Marvel edition that starts out the Shang-Chi. So that might be under S if you've got it.
I think I said about 30 boxes, so somewhere, and I'm missing.
So it's part of that
2
old crazy numbering. Oh, you're missing 2 boxes. Will you get them, or did you lose them on the way?
No. They're in the shed. I just haven't gotten them. I've only moved most of it so far, but there's a little bit left. And there's a couple of giant-sized Conan things that were laying on top of boxes.
Nice.
So here's a Frank Frazetta Shining
number
Knight.
15 of Marvel Special Edition, or Special Marvel Edition.
All right.
Oh, Frank Frazetta Shining Knight. Nice. That must be a reprint.
I would assume so. The way it's.
Otherwise, it's very rare.
Mephisto.
A certain quacking duck is coming to say hi.
Oh, hey.
A few people are watching live, and then more people will. CNH photo and Blasted or
Chase
is live.
Blasted Stash It.
And see that box of comics Matt has there? I'm very excited. It's all It's all Masters. It's got Masters of the Universe in there.
Really?
We've been watching the new She-Ra, which is
the new She-Ra show, which
Master of the Universe
really
related.
good. Which is really good. It's there's no He-Man in the new show, so I like that.
That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I mean,
because of the old show, which does have He-Man in it.
But does have Skeletor.
It doesn't have Skeletor. It has.
Well, that's a shame.
Hordak. It just
I
has
wish
Hordak.
it had Skeletor though, but it just has Hordak.
Okay.
There are some interesting characters like Glimmer. Glimmer in the new version is a much more interesting character, in my opinion.
I agree.
Than from the old. I think that she's really funny, and her mom is also really funny.
But
so we've established.
Sorry, go ahead.
We're establishing Quacking Duck knows a million times more about Masters of the Universe than I do.
He
doesn't know anything. He doesn't know anything at all. So
he doesn't.
Yeah.
Probably know more like just 100 times more.
Oh, okay.
He lives inside a turtle tunnel, so he only knows about turtles.
Well, yeah.
There's some Spider-Man.
You live under in a turtle and comic book
But
tunnel.
feel free to show us what comes next.
All right. Micronauts #1.
That is not. It says special edition. I wonder, is that the regular run?
Presenting the original classics. I'm guessing it's a reprint.
It may be the original. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
I mean,
Micronauts early on was drawn by Michael Golden, who became kind of a star artist also.
There you go. A legit Micronauts #3.
I had.
Where's Micronauts #2?
It's not present.
Oh.
Into every life, some rain must come.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird holes in here.
Also, it seems like I have a good marketing thing that a comic book company should do. They should name every issue #1.
Oh, they're basically doing that.
Really?
They thought of your idea.
All right, I'm gonna go grab another box.
Only like every
Marvel is
6
rebooting
issues.
again.
Only like every 6 issues. Like what is?
So, most of that box you have to keep, Matt.
Yeah.
I demand that you keep it.
And why are you showing us just your cat?
because so we can see his boxes.
Oh
of
yeah, the box of comics.
comics. Issue
I'm
number
sitting on
0.
the
I'm not
shelf.
sure what Janice Strezbek means.
What's Janice?
Oh, that is the Scarecrow is the creation of my friend Scott Edelman,
Mm.
who
Yeah.
briefly worked at Marvel Comics in the 70s. So that's like his claim to fame. He created the Scarecrow.
What's the Scarecrow?
Well, it's a
It scares crows.
that scares people.
Defenders 4.
Sweet.
I'm guessing I'm guessing you're missing number 1, 2, and 3.
Probably. Yeah.
Well, Avengers first appeared in something like Marvel Feature or something like that. So if you had
Yeah.
anyone else, that'll be.
Marvel feature.
But early Defenders are really good.
Oh,
They're written by
chat.
Steve Englehart usually,
Okay.
Go down on
and then
top
later,
chat.
then after Steve Englehart came
Oh, Jenny.
Steve Gerber. So
The Gerberman.
so yeah, those are all interesting.
Yeah. Do people see us as like a tiny screen?
No, whenever we talk, they see us get big. Not talking.
There we go. Santa Claus conquers the Martians.
Seriously, Santa
Okay,
Claus.
I'm gonna
conquers
buy
the
that from you for
Martians?
$100. That's how they see that.
Yeah. I'll buy that.
That was a
Adele
movie.
classic.
Wasn't that a movie?
$1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty infamous B movie if memory serves.
But do they see us without volume?
No, I turned off the volume so that we wouldn't hear.
Yeah, so that you
Some
didn't
horror.
Is
the
that
video
like a,
playing back in the
just a
screen.
second, but
The Demon number 2.
so someone maybe picked out all the number ones already.
There's a lot of stuff that's picked out.
Because I mean, like Commandy, I think the only valuable one is Demon number 1. The really valuable Defenders wasn't there.
There you go. Destroyer Duck.
I'm
Okay.
Destroyer Duck.
I want to. Do you know about Destroyer Duck, Matt?
He's a duck with a grenade.
So Steve Gerber was suing Marvel over,
Oh, right.
and Jack Kirby teamed up with him to create Destroyer Duck to raise funds for his lawsuit. So it's a great historical interest, and it's actually very fun. And he's inked by this famous Filipino inker, Alfredo Alcala.
All right. Well, I got a handful of
I
Destroyer
kind
Duck.
of love the person who gave you these comics. I love all the comics they get.
I kind of feel like
So
I'm
you just pulled out an Atlas Seaboard comic, which is
Oh,
the revenge company of Martin Goodman after he sold Marvel and they fired his son. He started Atlas Seaboard.
yeah, I kind of feel like I'm not here.
Sorry, Bugler. I just was trying to get in a word edgewise before he moved the comics.
Blast it or stash it.
That's a very cool channel,
See
Blasted
the
or Stash It.
comments. I want to see the comments. Chat, the chat,
yeah, we got some detective.
something.
Here we go.
Alright.
500th detective.
Wow.
Got some Hawkman elongated. A very happy Batman. With a happy Batman. What's going on?
Is it?
It looked like a purposefully retro cover from when
Ow.
There you go. EN Agents number 1.
now that was really memorable.
What was that?
I read it once and I can't remember it.
This is Quacking Duck. What's DNA Jets?
I don't remember.
I don't
I just
know.
remember I read
Is
one
it
issue.
something
of it
about
in the 80s.
DNA?
Yes.
Probably.
Something. I mean, I think maybe they can shrink down really small like DNA, but I don't. That could be totally wrong.
Or are they like
Doc Savage,
pure
sweet.
DNA?
Yeah. The Helldiver. Oh, wow. The light really hit that one.
Savage. Wow, great name. Everything's savage.
There
This.
you go.
That.
Doctor Strange.
Okay, that's a super classic Frank Brunner cover.
Oh wow.
Also, Steve Englehart writing there.
Fabulous First.
Okay, Beverly, what are you up to?
You know, I'll just wait.
Okay, sorry about that.
Bye, people out there.
Bye,
There's
Quacking
probably
Duck.
not too many people watching.
I can't tell. 3, I think.
Right. Yeah. Doctor Strange goes for all with cloak. He gets a new cloak.
That's a different era of Doctor Strange that I don't know.
That's fair.
Destroyer Duck #1 has Gru's first appearance. Last
Oh,
year,
really?
tells us. So that's really cool.
There you go. Doctor Who Marvel Edition.
That excites me less, but are you a Whovian?
I mean, I watched some Who, but
Uh,
I never saw that Doctor, I guess. So,
As I was starting to say earlier, licensed comics back in the 70s were usually real bottom of the barrel stuff.
some Dark Horse old school manga. Nothing great there. All right, go grab another box.
Well, you know, I should come there and steal whatever comics you don't want.
Hoorah.
Jenna Strezpeck points out that Batman doesn't smile, except on that cover.
Right. That's why it looks so weird. They used to have smiley Batman, but he
I
doesn't.
think it was supposed to be a retro cover that looked like the Carmine Infantino period of Batman, which was in the early 60s, or maybe mid 60s.
A Judge Dredd #1.
That could be any #1.
Yeah. No, that's no biggie. Judge Dredd. There you go.
So
There you go.
Those would be comics. Jungle Action, nice.
#2.
Not very well, but yeah. I have no idea what would be inside of that.
Yeah, some jungle action. But here you go. Jungle action.
That is a key issue.
Yeah. Man-8.
Or no, maybe that one's a reprint. I'm sorry. Somewhere around there is, the beginning of Killmonger and such.
Oh, it's a little later. Here you go, #6.
Yeah, so I bet that one has some value. I mean, I'm sort of talking off the top of my head right now because I don't follow key issues, but
yeah, no, I hear you, but that one should.
And those should be really interesting ones. So those are the ones that everyone builds off of now. Where Killmonger was invented, and there was the beginning of kind of the complicated Wakanda type of story by McGregor.
The Wind Eagle, the Black Falcon.
That one looks kind of dumb.
Justice.
Do you know about New Universe?
Not really.
Jim Shooter decided he could be his own Stan Lee and start his own universe, and that was called New Universe. I mean, there's a more complicated story behind it, but
that's a good shorthand, though. I'm getting the idea. Here we go.
Listen for a very short time.
Newest member of the Justice
League.
It's 105.
Very sophisticated. Continuity with King. That one, bro.
There you go.
Commandy, woohoo!
#9.
#9.
The most valuable of them all. #11.
You literally do not ever have to leave your house again.
Yeah, Commandy goes for a while.
That may have been one of the last few ones that Jack Kirby drew had covers by Joe Kubert.
Okay.
So he was kind of already out the door, so he didn't do the
There's
cover.
Kubert. Yeah.
And then after a while, then it continued to run, I think, for another 30 issues or so.
Yeah.
So that's probably a non-Kirby Commandy there. That last one you pulled up.
There you go.
What issue is that?
Behold, Evermore 57.
That may be the last issue, or 58 might be the last issue. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Here you go.
I've never read them.
Khazar 2.
Sweet. Shanna the She-Devil.
Yeah.
So someone sold #1.
No.
Given the nature of this.
Yeah, Kazar goes for a while. Here you go. Kazar.
Yeah, very well.
Kazar the Savage.
Okay, now that series is really good.
Yeah.
It's written by Bruce Jones and usually drawn by Brent Anderson, now known for Astro City, but sometimes drawn by other people.
Spider-Man.
So I would definitely read Kazar the Savage before you throw that out.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh. Kazar the Savage in Space, Collector's Last Issue.
And do you know what cover that's ripping off?
Shoot. No.
A famous Jim Steranko Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. cover.
Oh!
Agent of Nick Fury #4 or something like that.
Kid Colt.
Kid Colt, that'll be reprints of 50s Westerns, probably.
Yeah.
But, you know, it might be Kirby inside.
Here you go. King Conan.
And that's probably Thusla Doom with him, his old buddy.
I think King Conan closes out the box. Yeah, we get to number 5.
Hey, Jack Yo.
Hey.
So how are you feeling? Does it feel like you've just, suddenly won the jackpot?
I mean, this is a lot of fun stuff, but when I start getting the stuff I'm a little more invested in, there's a lot of very frustrating holes.
Uh-huh.
So, still great. And I mean, for me, it's just the comics. But I mean, like, I'll show you eventually. There's a chunk where there's a Spider-Man run, and then you get to a certain section, and the only issue missing is the first appearance of the Punisher.
Oh, well, these have been picked through.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But if you had the first appearance of the Punisher, it would be like they were giving you $2,000 or something. I mean, I don't know what it's worth, but
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna go grab another box.
Well, you need to find someone my age and sell him a lot of these for some money. Hey, Jack, thanks for listening to the White Knight podcast. Glad you liked it. I thought we were in a groove on that one. I thought it was a good conversation on the White Knight podcast.
I feel like it got a lot better once we dove past, like, we have to recap it.
Well, yeah, that's why we should try to recap very quickly.
Here you go. X-Men 100.
Sweet. What issue was their comeback in? I mean, there was the giant size, and then they started.
Oh, that's earlier. 90-something, though, I think. Or 80-something.
Pretty close to the beginning of Chris Claremont's X-Men.
Oh, yeah. Here's the Phoenix. I was reading about this in the second part of Grand Design earlier today.
I suppose you've read all these in other formats.
Not all of these.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. X-Men goes, hey.
Datchet, you are the ultimate. And Clouded Journey's here, too. So
hey!
Started at number 94.
Hey.
Welcome, Clouded Journey. CNH Photo says hi. Oh,
yeah.
Almost raise that one up again. The one with the storm on it. Could you hold it a little? I can't quite. I think that might be Barry Windsor Smith art, which excites you. Probably doesn't.
Couldn't tell you from that alone. Oh, here we go. Wolverine versus Sabretooth round 1. It's a big issue. Whether or not it's worth anything, I don't know. But Snake and a Serpent. And then the unexpected. What happened to the passengers? Stop. Horror covers are the best.
I love those DC horror anthologies.
Oh my gosh. I accuse you of my murder. Death is a dummy in disguise.
It's funny, comics like that I see priced all over the place. Sometimes you get them cheap, sometimes they're quite expensive.
Here you go. Unknown Soldier. Is this anything to you?
I have never read an Unknown Soldier, but I would like to.
There's a lot of them.
Wow.
Yes, this goes for a while, I
Who
think.
knew he had a long career?
Oh, here we go. The Untold Legend of Batman. Because, there's so many untold Batman stories at this point.
Huh, I wonder who did that. I'm sure it's the origin of Batman as we all know it very well.
Right?
There's
Oh, the classic US-1.
Bye, Chris.
Oh, see ya.
His name is Chris. He said his battery's dying.
Happens to the best of us.
Oh, I don't think you said. He asked, "Where is this hall from?" All I know, friend of a friend or a relative or
No, family-in-law.
an in-law decided just to unleash his collection of.
This is my how do you say, dowry?
Aha.
So instead of a horse or whatever, I got a bunch of comics. Which is the real reason I got married, right?
Did you know that your in-laws had a comic book collection?
I mean, okay, here's the story. So I knew there was a comic collection, and he had been collecting comics for a long time, and he had a lot of Marvel ones, Amazing Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Iron Man, Captain America when it was, Stan Lee era, not the old stuff. And he was away serving, and his brother got a hold of a button maker and made buttons out of all the #1 issues.
Oh,
so he took out the cover and punched a hole through it. Yeah.
That is insane. Of all the reasons to lose the #1s, that's not a good one.
Yeah. Let's see here. Vampirella She.
I hope they didn't make a button out of the first appearance of the Punisher.
Maybe. Here you go.
That you can get for 50 cents, but it's probably worth looking at.
Yeah. Vengarobo.
No idea what that is. Do you?
It's a old manga mecha, obviously. I mean, how much say? Here you go. Vision the Scarlet Witch #1.
I have that.
Probably worth nothing, but
Yeah, not too much. It's just an okay read.
3, yeah.
Given how many comics you have to read, I would not put that. I would put that near the bottom of the 30,000 comic book pile.
Yeah. There you go. Thunder Agents.
Do you know what that is?
Wally Wood's Thunder Agents. I mean, I read a bit of the reboot when they did that 5 years ago, whatever it was.
It was originally done for Tower Comics. I don't know how DC got a hold of it for a while because I don't think they have it now.
Yeah.
But way back when, this company hired Wally Wood to create a line of superhero comics, and he created Thunder Agents, and Steve Ditko and a bunch of other classic artists worked on him with it.
Ditko's on Thunder Agents? I had no idea.
There's some Ditko in there, yeah.
Huh.
And other people, I can't remember exactly who, but a whole lineup of sort of interesting classic comic artists.
Yeah. So we got some more Hammer comics here. I'm sure you're very familiar with.
I've read them all. Have you ever played Warhammer? I mean, I have no idea how it's played or anything.
Warheads #13. Marvel Comics UK. Okay. Check that out. Here you go. Warlock and the Infinity Watch. No. Yeah, no, later one. Here you go, just Warlock.
Okay, that's
Special
a
edition.
different of the good Jim Starlin Warlock. Well, in my mind, the good Jim Starlin Warlock.
Fair enough.
Great artwork anyway in there. You should check it out.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's from the pre-Jim Starlin Warlock run.
Oh.
Tom Sutton art inside it. So for a while, Warlock was on a counter Earth that was on the other side of the sun from our Earth, and he was acting like a savior, trying to save us from the man-beast who was disguised as that Earth's version of Richard Nixon.
Huh.
It's very, very 70s stuff.
Well, the comics weren't political, so it was fine.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you about this. Do you know anything about Warlord?
I did. I'm not sure you would get a lot out of it.
I mean, this looks kind of like you.
Yes, it does. Yeah, as you've seen, that's how I dress around the house when no one's looking.
Right, and that's how you look without the shirt, so.
I think so. Warlord was kind of like Conan with dinosaurs.
There you go. Warp.
Warp is really interesting.
Yeah.
It was a Broadway musical
Oh.
that had set designs by Neil Adams.
All right.
And then they turned it into a comic book. And the people who did Warp went on to do such movies as, what's it called? Dang it. This bizarre cult movie that's based on an HP. Anyway, they went on to do bizarre B movies.
So here you go.
There's a Warp special. I own copies of all of these, but I'll be very upset if you give these away.
Lord Cumulus.
That's quite a name. Maybe it was kind of I've never seen the musical. Maybe it was kind of a precursor to Rocky Horror Picture Show or something.
Huh. Random issue Watchmen.
That looks like a variant cover. It must be.
I thought that was. I just thought that was the right one.
Back then.
Weapon Zero, number 0. There you go, Yanni. He's still here. Oh, what? Ooh! I did not see these before. Oh wait, some Witchblade thing. Web of Spider-Man annual, number 2.
Total crap.
This might be the Anicetti one where he teams up with Warlock from the New Mutants.
Oh really? I have no idea. About Web of Spider-Man.
Web of Spider-Man 3. Here we go. Web of Spider-Man 13 proper. He's about to punch out Jonah.
So basically everything but Web of Spider-Man number 1.
I mean, yeah. Is this what was Peter David the second or first writer on Web? Can't remember.
No, I never read Web of Spider-Man.
What? What's wrong with you? Here you go. 16. It was the first issue of the maybe this is the first Peter David one. I wish they put creators on the covers like they do now. Make my life easier. But anyways, there's a little bit more Web. And then
so will that Web be stuff you've read before?
I've read around this era, but I haven't read all the issues. Which sums up any Spider-Man era.
I'm sure they're still being written at that point in the way where you don't have to read every issue. So you could just read what you've got there and enjoy it.
Well, so pretty close to here, I forget I know it's a little after the part I read, was when Peter David was on it. Like, you can more or less read any issue, but if you read them in succession, you got a lot more out of it. A lot of it had to deal with, like, Peter Parker's apartment being set ablaze, some of the criminals he's dealing with, and each set of Spider-Man, like Amazing, Web of Spectacular, had its own supporting cast. So whereas you had Robbie Robertson, Jonah, they kind of belonged to different titles, and Peter was more the through line. And I don't know, it was a good era. It was a good era of Spider-Man overall. Hey.
And Crystal M, that's not one that you know, is it?
She might be related to all this.
Weird mystery. Again, up my alley. Well, that looks like a Ryston cover from the distance, anyway.
Maybe. Weird Western Tales, El Diablo.
Oh, and Jonah Hex too.
Yeah. Good old Hex. There you go, Jonah Hex.
I always wondered exactly how does Jonah Hex's mouth work?
It doesn't.
Because he's got like burnt skin over part of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of Hex here. Looks like it went from Weird Western Tales to Weird Western Tales Jonah Hex.
Right, and then Jonah Hex probably took the lead. This Crystal M person is enjoying the show.
Yeah.
I guess CNH Photo knows her too.
Yeah, they're all people I
know.
know.
A local person for you?
Well, Crystal's very local, and then
CNH Photo is not someone I know. So
yeah, no, he's a buddy of mine from my martial arts days.
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab another box.
I am seething with jealousy here. I kind of wonder. Well, maybe you can't hear me, Matt, as you're going to get the boxes because you have your headphones off. I kind of wonder if the in-law is going to want these back someday.
All right.
I kind of wonder if your in-law is going to want these back someday.
Yeah, me too. Here you go. How much do you know about this? Star Slayer, the log of Jolly Roger?
I think I don't know which issues, but Star Slayer's most well known for the backup stories. Like I think the first Dave Stevens is in one of them. Yeah, Matt got roughly 30 boxes of comics.
Here you go, Steel Sterling.
Steel Sterling from Archie.
Good old Archie.
Cover, but I've never read any Archie superheroes.
Hey, Steel, remember Steel?
I do. He was drawn by the most wonderful Don Heck.
Wait, what's first Rocket Man?
Well,
Okay. Huh.
First Rocket Man. Is it in that Star Slayer? Maybe. I know it's in one of the early Star Slayers by Dave Stevens. Rocketeer.
Early 49 Stormwatch. One of your favorites, I'm sure.
Especially from that era, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, here you go. This is going to give you a kick.
Yow! So, does it say number 1?
Oh, no. 139. Still.
Someone wrote $1 on it.
Yeah. You know.
I'm having trouble seeing it. Who's on the cover? Is that Nick Fury or is that Doctor Strange?
It's Nick Fury on there, but Strange is supposed to be there too. The
Right.
Brave Die Hard. Yeah.
I wonder if that's Steranko Strange. Probably not. It's Steranko.
No.
Oh, this is really good.
Oh, this has a little chip out of the corner here.
Darn.
I mean, whatever.
Whatever. This is all still great stuff.
Yeah, this goes on for a while. Brother Voodoo.
Voodoo.
The Hoodoo.
I had that as a kid. It has great Gene Colan art in it. I can't believe I remember that. Jackie O says that was Warren Ellis Stormwatch. Oh, so it's actually good Stormwatch then. It flashed by so quickly, I just assumed it was some.
There's a lot of great Stormwatch, even when Ellis wasn't on it. Though I don't think it compares to the Authority. And then.
Was it Stormwatch before Ellis?
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure.
Really? Okay.
The Stormwatch ran for a good hefty while.
Right, but I guess I assumed before Warren Ellis it was more standard Image stuff, old Image stuff.
Well, so Image is really weird because people like to point out a lot of the really bad Images stuff, but a lot of that's like the first 1 to 3 issues of a lot of things. But a lot of stuff got a lot better, a lot more interesting really fast. Like Spawn's a weird example because like it goes to like the guest creators and all this weird stuff happens and there's a million lawsuits. But like Wildcats, the first 3 issues are hot garbage. And then it gets really interesting, especially by the time you get to the Alan Moore run. And then by the time you get to the Mike Casey stuff and whatever later on, it's crazy. There's a lot of really great stuff that people don't talk about. So
I wonder who wrote Stormwatch before
I'd have to.
I wonder if Wikipedia.
Maybe I'm misremembering too, but I'm pretty sure. Here you go. The Golem. Is that a thing?
I feel like I read that issue as a kid, but I can't remember anything about it.
Fair enough. Hey, Strange Tales.
I can't see the cover. Too many wrinkles.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be a reprint of 50s monster comics.
Huh. All right.
So it might have Ditko or Kirby in there.
More Golem. Hey, Strange Tales of Warlock.
Okay, that I'm not sure, but that might be the beginning of Jim Starlin's Warlock run, which gives that at least some value financially. Plus, it'd be interesting to read. And you also have a reprint of that.
Okay.
Yeah, so that.
There you go. Good old Doctor Strange Dormammu.
Strange. Probably Gene Colan. It looks like a Gene Colan cover.
Street Fighter 2.
Yay.
Strike Force Morderai?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Really weird one that I've heard Howler Mouse talk about. I've never read it, but
Oh, that's probably terrible.
People fighting a race of aliens, and they're given powers which will then kill them.
Here you go. Strong Guy Reborn.
Okay, now we're talking 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Funny one though, actually.
Submariner 59.
Ooh,
Can you guess the artist? I sure can't.
no. Well, hold up the cover. I can probably guess the cover artist, but that doesn't mean who's on the inside.
Yeah.
That is a weird cover, actually. I can't tell who the artist is. Yeah, that's an ugly cover. I'll have to visit you there and throw money at you for some of these.
Yeah.
I've started collecting Submariner from the 70s or 60s and 70s.
Sun Devils, Jerry Conway and Dan Jurgens.
That must be one of those forgotten DC things when they were throwing everything up against the wall and it never stuck.
Yeah. Here you go. Superhero stamp album.
I never even knew that existed.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard some stuff about these superpowers.
Yeah, some of those are plotted by Jack Kirby. Some of them are drawn by Jack Kirby, but I don't think the same ones. Like, he didn't draw the ones he plotted, or vice versa.
There you go.
But it's based on a line of toys.
Superboy Spectacular.
That'll have some nice Silver Age reprints in it, I bet.
All right. Here you go. This one's for Longbox. Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes.
We have something to butter him up with. Wave that in front of him and he might buy you a beer.
There you go. First electrifying issue of the Supergirl.
That was one of the most horrible Supergirl runs ever.
Wow.
Hey, Longbox Review is here. Hey, Eric.
Got to see that. I'm happy.
Welcome to Matt's Dowry.
Yeah. Here you go. A dynamic new costume.
Oh, that gives us hope.
Yeah, and step forward for feminism, right? Here you go. Superman. Compliments of Radio Shack. Classic.
That might be something unusual.
Yeah. Some Superman during the here we go. Galactus, the origin.
Oh my goodness. That's a Layton cover. What's Layton's first name?
Yeah. Oh,
Bob Layton cover.
these are probably reprints of what we read.
It might be or it might not.
For the first time in one volume, the Lee Kirby masterwork.
Oh, Kirby.
It has to be.
Or it could be in Thor. A Kirby Thor gave the origin of.
What? Okay, I'm cracking this open. We're gonna find out.
There's a guy named Galen or something from
Galen? I know a guy named Galen. He's no Galactus.
was being destroyed, and they put all their power in. Longbox, you had that Radio Shack issue once upon a time. How much would you pay Matt for it now to get that piece of your youth back?
It'll take years off your give you years to your life.
If you came in recently, Eric.
Oh yeah. So this looks like probably the Thor issue or whatever, because that ain't the Fantastic Four.
If you came in recently, Matt is showing us some of the 30 short boxes, roughly 30 short boxes that have fallen into his lap by marrying the right woman.
No. The Living Mummy.
Aha! I loved the Mummy when I was a kid.
Who's my current guess for who the clothed man is in Amazing Spider-Man, who's the mystery villain. Here you go. Supervillain Team Up #1. Classic. Thousands of dollars. Sure of it.
It'll have good art in it. I think I read most of those, and the stories aren't that good, but the art's good.
Oof. Swamp Thing #2.
Ooh, that is of some significant. Any of the Bernie Wrightson Swamp Things has some both aesthetic and
9, 10. Yeah, there's some Swamp Thing. Oh, wait, and then the Saga of the Swamp Thing.
that's not so good.
Oh, well,
It's fine.
can't please you.
Tom Yates, who had just graduated from art school, being put on there.
Oh, and then we end with Sword of the Atoms special.
Adam as Conan, drawn by Bill Kane.
All right. We'll grab another Boxeroo.
Mysterious Crystal M likes the right woman answer.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Well, nostalgia over 70s comics is kind of pitiful. I drool over all these things, even the ones I already have.
Here we go. I grabbed a box of Spider-Man.
Okay.
King size annual.
I had that. Yeah, that's from the 80s sometime.
This is the most reprinted story of Spider-Man of all time, I'm pretty sure, outside of maybe like ASM or Amazing Fantasy 15.
It's probably a Frank Miller cover. Do you see an FM on there anywhere?
I'm not seeing it, but you might be right. But oof.
Clouded Journey points out Saga of Swamp Thing gets great again when Alan Moore takes over on issue 26. He thinks Swamp Thing 2, he believes, is the first appearance of his love interest and major villain of the Arcane.
Here you go. This is a thing, right?
Yeah, I had that. Is that the first appearance of the second
Monica Rambeau, second. Yeah, pretty sure.
cool character?
This is a weird cover.
She seemed cool to me at the time.
The cover. Oh, here you go. I love this cover.
Oh wow, I've never seen that cover before. Huh.
Yeah.
Double sized.
Here you go. 107.
Back to my day.
This is Romita Proper.
Yep. And it's got one of those great picture window covers, which they did for a whole year and then never did again.
Huh. Yeah.
I think the one you just raised there was the first Spider-Man comic I ever read.
Really? Which one?
That one and then the one after it. I read them. I got them both in a row. That one and then the one with that Frankenstein-like character on it cover.
Oh, crazy.
The Marauder or something, I think, was the guy controlling it.
Yeah. Here you go. The Hulk.
Nice.
Yeah. Hulk again.
Ooh,
Powerman.
is that the first appearance of? Oh no, are they calling him Power Man?
Luke Cage, Hero for Hire. There's no way it's.
I
Yeah.
think he might have first appeared in Spider-Man. I don't know.
Wolfman, who goes on to have his own series.
Man Wolf, get this right.
Oh,
Wolf Man.
Oh, here you go. The classic Kangaroo.
That's the best villain of all. How come we haven't done a series on him yet?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Yeah,
Which is sad.
I could go through all these, but I should probably pick out some key issues or whatever. Here you go. Hammerhead is out.
I loved guys like Hammerhead. It was just so silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, my power is ramming things with my head.
I mean, that's how you do it. You just get in there and you get it done.
Teamed up with the Rhino at some point because they both ram things with their heads.
Oh, here you go. Here's a Mysterio comic.
Woohoo! That's kind of a cool cover.
Yeah.
And I have no head.
Whoa!
Was that amazing? Still amazing.
Oh yeah, this is all amazing. And it's all good Spider-Man comics.
And so you've got, well, I don't.
There you go. The Tarantula.
Another, instead of using his head, he uses his toes, but kind of the same idea. Okay, Silent Stag is here.
There's some good ones in here I want to point out. Like, here's a pretty big Shocker issue.
Oh yeah, that's a great cover too.
Which you've heard the whole thing that he was probably supposed to be called the Vibrator.
Too bad he wasn't.
Right? What a missed opportunity.
Yes, a Never Stay Dead, The Kangaroo Chronicles.
There you go.
I am now too.
Oh, here you go. Here's a classic Spider-Mobile.
Spider-Mobile. Now you need that toy. I wonder how much a Spider-Mobile toy goes on
Oh my gosh.
eBay now.
Who knows? Nightcrawler.
Oh, the Nightcrawler. Okay,
The Nightcrawler of the X-Men lore.
the X Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Show us more.
Sorry, I'm trying to look for a good one. Here you go. Teams up with Nova.
Yep. Nova was a big deal for a short while. I don't know if he was actually popular or they just were really into promoting him.
Here you go. Aunt May's sick, tackling the Green Goblin.
Yep.
Here you go, Captain America.
I don't think I read all of the Spider-Man during that period.
That's okay. I mean,
There's so many great covers anyway.
this is one of my favorite covers of all time.
Oh yeah, I think that's Frank Miller again. I think no, maybe not. Maybe it's Ed Hand.
I thought it was.
Okay, had that. Is that
It's Manwolf.
oh, it is Manwolf. Good. Okay, he's a bit mummified or something.
Yeah, whatever happened to Wolfman, though, is my question.
Totally different character.
Oh, hey. There you go.
Oh, Black Cat. I liked his romance with her. Though
First Black Cat, I think.
I don't know if they brought her back in your Spider days, but we had a romance.
I mean, she pops in and out.
Were you now in like Roger Stern era?
Yeah. Hey. Fishbowl head.
Did we cover that one? I guess we did. We must.
189. Yeah, this is the start to 200.
I'm referring to the fact that we once did a very long series of videos on Mysterio.
I like to think they go by quickly because they're so fascinating.
Lengthy, but quick listens.
Hey, look, the Punisher.
The Punisher's back.
That jackal henchman.
Clouded Journey says that's the first Black Cat.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Oh, here we go. I actually own I own this one already, but
Oh yeah,
that was the Juggernaut.
that was a really good one. Or I remember it being really good.
And part 2.
Yeah. That was when JR had a completely different style.
Yeah, he was mostly just going after his dad, Rooney. Here we go. Stiltman.
I love Stiltman. People make fun of him, but I think he's cool.
He's a stilted character.
Hammerhead and Tarantula. I mean, at least there's some point to his power.
Last one in the box is here. The Wings of Vengeance.
Is the Vulture still like a character floating around in Spider-Man comics now?
He's around, not as much as he used to be, I don't think, but he crops up every now and again.
The big guys, so to speak.
Right. He's one of those villains that they bring back every now and again, but not nearly as much. Though in Spider-Geddon, there's like a gang of vultures, and that's what they play on mostly. Right.
Was saying, man, this is a killer run. I love the 100s. Big, bold, ridiculous cover.
Heck yes.
He's a Spider-Man fan, I'm guessing.
Oof. Nope, got it backwards. Here you go, Micronauts.
Micronauts again. We're back to the M's.
Yeah. So Micronauts goes for a while.
I confess that I've only read maybe the first 3 or 4 issues of the Micronauts,
Well,
which I liked, but whatever.
we go to about issue 59 here.
Wow.
And then King Size Annual Micronauts #1.
Ooh, that might some of the Micronauts annuals and stuff were drawn by Steve Ditko, but it was Ditko at his least involved.
Yeah. I've heard a bit about that. Yeah.
I'm gonna just check on something and I'll be right back.
All right. Well, then I'll just keep going. Although, Mr. Miracle. Agent X. Don't hear much about him anymore. Yeah, so we got some Mr. Miracle. Ooh. Then a Moon Knight numero uno. Moon Knight goes for a bit. Good bit. Does it no, it doesn't close out the box. This Mystic. Here we go. Does anyone know about this run with Miss Marvel? Because this was early in before Rogue hit her, right? That's my memory.
Awesome, Miss Marvel, nice.
That was before Rogue got to her, right?
Who? Rogue?
Yeah.
Guess I don't know about that.
That's where Rogue got her flying ability and everything, was by leeching off of Carol Danvers.
Yeah, I'm sure that was before that.
Yeah. Right. I'm gonna go grab another box.
Well, I guess I should say stuff while he's gone. But I think First Mystic is around issue 12. Oh, here we go. Okay, be careful with that who you read it out loud to. 1984 and what was it called? Was it called 94? I can't remember.
Okay, I don't know.
Warren Magazine's was trying to be sexy.
All right. Here you go.
Oh, nice. Black and white reprints of the beginning of Conan.
All right. Kung Fu.
Sweet. Special Billy Jack issue. No one. I remember in junior high school we were all obsessed with Billy Jack, but I haven't heard anyone mention him forever. Are those all Kung Fu's?
No, it changes up pretty quick. Here's a Elf Quest.
Elf Quest.
Classic.
Some value.
Epic Illustrated.
#1.
Premiere issue.
Nice.
Um,
Epic is Marvel's answer to Heavy Metal, basically.
yeah, which is cool.
That.
And
so were most of those epics?
Gil King Savage.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
Heavy Metal.
Is that the first issue?
No, there's no way.
What year does it say?
June 1977.
That might be the first issue. I'm not sure.
An adult illustrated fantasy magazine from the people who bring you National Lampoon.
Yeah, National Lampoon is. I mean, they published it. It came from Metal Hurlant in Europe.
All right. Well, yeah, and some heavy metal in there. So.
I think I might be wrong, but I think Heavy Metal started in 1977.
All right. Well, it's a heck of a box. I'm trying to dig to get to some stuff I think you'd be more interested in.
I've been interested in it all so far. Maybe less interesting to you, except for the Spider-Man box. Was the only Conan saga in there #1, or were there other Conan? When Matt and I do our podcast, we take turns picking the subject, and I want to do some early Barry Wintersmith Conan soon.
I don't know what that is. Here you go. Machine Man.
Very jealous of your. Oh, that's nice stuff. Are you aware of what that is? Well, no, it doesn't matter to you.
This is the 4-issue run. So this is way after that, like
the stuff we were talking about.
Yeah, the Ditko and
yeah, but it's Barry Windsor Smith doing it, and it was kind of, I think, his return to Marvel Comics or something.
oh, well, there's only 2 of the 4 issues.
Jack Yo is very jealous of your heavy metals from the 70s.
I'm
Oh, wait.
curious.
Is that about your life?
What?
Magical Mates.
There you go. Mage Knights.
Mage Knight.
Oh, here you go. Magic.
Magic.
Oh, this is that limited series where she goes from being the little kid to the kind of tortured soul by a Mephisto and everything.
Yeah,
This is a hell of a run.
Yeah, it's just 4 issues or something.
I think so. I don't know if this. No, I have just the first issue, of course.
I think it was John Buscema artwork.
Major Bummer.
Major Bummer, dude. I've never heard of that. Have you heard of that?
I've heard a little bit about it. It's one of those kind of offbeat things they were trying to do to spice things up in the 90s when it was all superheroes.
Tech.
Oh, this is clearly an answer to Transformers.
I thought it was
There you go.
JWs.
The Man Thing, number 2.
Right? Not number 1.
Not number 1.
But that's the important ones are like Amazing Adventures or whatever Man Thing first appeared in.
Yeah, but there was a... Yeah.
Crystal says
Wait.
April 1977 was first heavy metal issue. So
There you go. Man Thing, number 1.
Nice. But that's like his second or third series, I'm afraid.
Well, can't have it all.
As long as you've got a Man Thing, you're a happy man.
Here you go. Merc.
Merc. Never heard of that one.
And how long do you think
Here
we're
comes
gonna
my
be
lovely
recording?
daughter.
I'm just gonna.
We're probably
see
going to keep
for
going for a
a
while.
little bit.
Here, I need to.
How you are watching right now?
Let me...
Killers. This is an oddity. I doubt anyone...
Yeah, is that kind of an imitation of another cover?
Probably. This doesn't look like much of anything now. Yeah.
Yay! That's a lot.
There you go. Double feature.
Those I think are of Tales of Suspense or something like that reprints.
There you go. Marvel Fanfare number 1.
Ooh, I love Marvel Fanfare.
Yeah.
Not valuable, but I love it.
I mean, that was one of those offbeat, fun... I think I had these early ones in a trade. Here you go. Angel. There's a lot of Savage Land in Fanfare.
There are a lot of one-shot or multi-part stories. They were kind of they kind of just stocked up on stories, and then they started reprinting them in Marvel Fanfare. A lot of them were by.
What even
celebrity.
is Marvel Fan?
Ooh, Ant-Man.
Oh,
This is a cat.
I will buy that from you, or maybe I recently bought a copy of that.
The Thing in Iron Man.
Wait a minute. No, for a second I thought that was the first Thanos. But
No. Oh.
one of the earlier appearances is
The Big Prince of all the cards.
Marvel Master.
Is that Joe Jusko redoing Spider-Man or something?
Yeah, these are all the Joe Jesco cards. So what they did is they're putting the cards, and they do these books where they just took the fronts of the cards and just put them in a book. I think artist by artist. It's a really weird oddity.
Well, if you're a fan of that art, you get to see it bigger, I guess.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange again. Nice.
Doctor Strange is very strange.
Oh, he's not strange at all.
Yes, he is.
I mean,
His name is literally Doctor Strange.
Right.
Marvel Premiere Iron Fist 16. This is close to his first appearance, isn't it?
I'm guessing so. I don't know which one is his first appearance, but that would be the earliest.
Yeah.
Claremont and Byrne.
Yeah, this is... Well, it goes quickly, because, like...
Claremont is the famous X-Men writer. And
Well,
Byrne
but
is X-Men.
yeah. It, like, transfers, so before the origin's done, it gets through, like, 4 writers and a few artists.
Wow. But didn't Claremont and Byrne have a bit of a run on the early ones? And it was before they did the X-Men.
I have to go to
We're kind of
bed.
boring her, and she has to go to bed.
Bye.
So
Okay.
I have to go to bed.
See you in
Good
the
night,
morning.
Matt. Good.
Good night.
Hopefully, I'll see you soon on another live stream or something.
Yeah. Wait. Oh,
These long, short boxes.
the Mark of Cain,
Do you know who that is?
Spider-Man's villain,
No.
Solomon Kane. There you go.
Is another character by the creator of Conan.
It says all new from the creator of Conan.
Oh, there you go. You don't need me to tell you.
Kane. Well. Uh-oh. Here we go. Oh, another Ant-Man with ants.
Sorry, I missed the moment. I can't see that. Black Panther?
Yeah, it's Black Panther number 51. Oh, no, it's Marvel Premiere 51.
Huh. I don't know what that will be.
Da-da-da. The Marvel Saga.
Oh, that's a really weird thing.
Wow.
Where they cut out little panels from different comics and wove it together. Kind of like an early run-through of X-Men Grand Design.
There you go. Ghost Rider!
Huh, Marvel Spotlight. I don't know. That's probably very early Ghost Rider.
Yeah. And we close out with some Son of Satan.
I love the Son of Satan. His
What was his
name
deal?
is my name.
Damien?
Yes.
All right. Ah.
Back then, if you were doing a satanic character, you always named him Damien.
Sounds about right.
I don't know why. But that's why I have 666 in my pseudonym.
Oh, I
Savage.
think you like this.
Savage Sword of Conan. From the depths of every male id comes Conan.
Yeah, I think this is just.
Got there. What are the numbers on there?
Casey Jones. Oh, let's see. This first one is 86,
Huh.
87, 88.
I'm not so familiar with the later ones, so
Right.
I can't really tell you whether they're good or not.
Yeah. Spacemen.
Clouded Journey thought I was just the world's nicest Satanist.
There you go.
New feeling. Hey, you've got some spirit.
At least one. Just the one. Then Tomb of Dracula.
I think there were like multiple Dracula black and white magazines, or maybe multiple vampire black and white.
Yeah. There's a bit. Sorry. Vertex. The magazine of science fiction.
I have a feeling that's not a comic.
Probably not. It's more Savage Sword of Conan.
That looks like a good cover. I can't.
103. Here we go. Here's a good Savage Sword of Conan.
Is that making your sword feel savage?
Um,
Don't tell your in-laws about that.
oh, there's a couple issues buried in the back. 211 and 220.
Wow, those are way past my Conan reading time. They might be great. They might not. I don't know.
Gotta get with the times, man.
Yeah, you would think for all my Conan talk that I would read every Conan comic book, but I probably only read about a quarter of all the Conan comic books that have been made.
You haven't even read any of the ones I own, apparently.
Yeah, it's funny on the 666. I think it was in 1975 when the movie The Omen came out. People started looking at my forehead. I had hair then, trying to find
Here we go.
in my forehead.
I think this box will go fast, but Jonah Hex, more that weird Western.
Nice.
And then Scalp Hunter.
I've never read Scalp Hunter.
Don't get a lot of Scalp Hunter these days.
It's such a popular subject these days, scalp hunting.
Yeah, right. There you go, Weird Wonder Tales.
Cool.
With Dr. Druid.
Oh, that was Dr. Droom or Dr. Doom, who they changed his name when they did reprints of him.
Oh.
What does that say? More Weird Wonder Tales.
Dr. Druid, it says on the cover.
Yeah, so before they created Dr. Druid is like Doctor Strange.
Okay. Yeah, well, clearly.
But he was from before the Marvel Age began, and when they reprinted him, they changed his name.
Right.
I don't know if they did any new Dr. Druid. You wanted Wolfman, but instead you got Werewolf by Night. So you've got your man wolf, your werewolf by night, and perhaps
where's Wolfman by day?
Wolfman. That's you when you grow your beard and let your afro go out.
West Coast Avengers.
Nice. Number 1. Oh, 4-issue miniseries. Okay.
And I only have issue 1 here. Ooh, what works? There's some bad image for you.
Wildcats. Right?
Steve Grant. Oh. Does this look familiar?
Yes, it does. I just read that digitally the other day.
Yeah.
We talked about it a bit, or one of the 3 on there. You know,
I'm glad I own it because I've talked about it twice. Here we go. Wildcats. Now, in all these. Some Witchblade. No one cares. Hey, Wolverine number 2.
Hey, if you have all 4 of those, I think those are.
Guess which one's missing? Yep. Flashback to Wolverine. Random Wolverine issue from the 90s. Yes, Wolverine from the 90s. Oh, hey, I have this issue. Well, I mean, but from when it came out.
Wow, look at all those pecs. Yeah.
Yep. Is there a... No. Is this... No. You go. Wolverine Days of Future Past.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure not any good. Oh, that's crazy. So this issue of Wonder Woman, I don't know if you remember, but it used to be you could go to Toys R Us or Walmart or somewhere like that, and they'd have packs of 20 comics, just grab bags.
Yeah, I remember seeing packs of comics, maybe not 20 when I was a kid, but
this was one of the only 2 issues of Wonder Woman I owned for years, and didn't make much sense on its own.
Probably a Brian Boland cover.
Yeah, but not...
Because Brian Boland never did the interior art. And he did a lot of covers back in that.
Do you ever...
I have those. I've been meaning to read them.
Okay.
I think there was 2 World of Krypton miniseries at different times.
Oh, here you go.
Sinbad. Okay, I think I read that. I think it has George Tuska artwork inside.
In the epic tradition of Conan, here comes Sinbad.
Conan was selling so many comics, they were so desperate to recreate that.
Are you going to hop on the Conan train in, what's that, 2 months?
I have added the Conan the Barbarian comic to my pull list. And a month later, they're having a Conan, Savage Sword of Conan come out. and I'm telling myself I'm drawing a line at just one Conan comic for now.
I'm disappointed.
It's written by Jason Aaron, so I want to see what Jason Aaron will do with Conan.
It's fair. I'm gonna go grab another box.
Barry Duggan, who I hear is a decent writer.
Duggan? On and off.
Everyone get, like, you must read Jerry Duggan, kind of. But the artwork in the Jerry Duggan one was actually more appealing artwork to me, so I'm tempted by that. I think I think Ron Garney was doing the artwork on the Savage Sword of Conan preview of the show, so that excited me.
This was notably heavier than the rest of the boxes, so.
Interesting. Does that mean there are trades inside?
It means there. Oh, this is the. This will go fast. Ugh. So who was it? Jack. Feast your eyes on this if you're still here. Here you go.
Oh, are you in your room?
Yeah. The adult illustrated fantasy.
Let's get it out.
There you go.
Nice cover.
Steranko's Outland.
Ooh, actually, that's really cool.
There you go. 81? Does that predate that photo? The one I'm thinking of?
Wow.
Oh, here we go.
Say that don't let Crystal get that robot. She won't need you.
Here you go. Mobius.
That I mean, I have no idea what the value of that is, but that's going to be full of awesome stuff.
Yeah. Oh, and then we get to the horseshit layer.
Wow.
Oh.
What's in that?
Howard the Duck?
I mean, my hot take on Howard the Duck, the magazine, is it's not really worth reading.
Oh, well, I don't know. Look at that. That looks worth reading.
Because I don't think it was written by Steve Gerber. It might have been written by Bill Manilow, who was an okay writer, but I don't think he was all that Howard Duck.
What about The Hulk?
You know what? I really like the Hulk black and white magazine, or that one's in color, but they had really interesting artists do the Hulk then.
There you go. Thunder Agents. Adams, Kirby, Textera, and more.
Kirby, huh?
Yeah.
That's intriguing.
Oh, here we go. The Death of Captain Marvel.
Hey, that might be worth something. And
I think it's worth a little something.
worth owning anyway.
Dreadstar.
Dreadstar, that's very cool.
The Starlin epic.
It's like a prequel to the first Dreadstar comics that came out later.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a complicated publishing history.
Who's this guy? What's his deal? What's going on?
He's originally he was in, does it say War of the Worlds on the cover anymore?
Warrior of the Worlds.
They did this bizarre comic book sequel in the 70s to H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds, where the Martians come back and enslave humanity and make them fight as gladiators. And
Okay.
Killraven is the Spartacus of those gladiators who leads them in a rebellion against the Martians. It's very
Okay.
strange stuff.
All right.
What's his name? P.K. Russell?
Yeah.
Not P.K. Something. Anyway, Paul Russell, or whatever his name is, made his reputation on that. And it was taking War of the Worlds and making it Conan-ish. But then it went in just really bizarre directions. It was very 70s.
And I'm not sure how this goes, but Dazzler the movie. Have you heard about this at all?
I've heard about it, and I haven't read it. I'm curious.
So I just heard this crazy breakdown by Movie Bob, for those who care. Not the biggest fan of him, but apparently there's supposed to be this crazy Dazzler movie that was going to pit a number of Marvel superheroes, with Dazzler being at the core, against the armies of Cher and Kiss, who were coming through another world. It was supposed to be this bizarre movie that just never got made for a million reasons, but
They planned out before they actually did the comic at all. I know there was some kind of project.
I'm wondering if the comic came out of them having all this stuff and nothing happened, so they were able to turn out a comic pretty easily.
It all came out of a deal with Casablanca Records, who was Kiss's record label.
Right.
Create a fake disco singer named Dazzler, and Marvel was going to do a comic about it. And everything fell through except the comic book, which they then released after disco stopped being popular.
All right, grab another box.
Yes. One thing about comics is all the crazy history behind these things. Everything is so dark goofy. Well, we had 7 people viewing now or watching. What part of the alphabet are we in now, I wonder?
Here we go.
What
You ready for this?
I am not ready. What is it? Woohoo, Fantastic Four.
181?
That might be George Perez in there or Ron Wilson or something like that.
Yeah. There's kind of that box tear. I don't know.
Yeah, kind of a box. I had those issues. Yep.
Yeah.
Is that all Fantastic Four in there?
No, actually it doesn't even go that far. I think this is because this is
There's probably
the back end of a Fantastic Four run that was,
another box with the earlier Fantastic Four.
and you get some random issues. Oh, here we go. There's, I don't think that cover would fly today.
That's when the Thing looked really weird. I didn't like that. Rockiness got more.
Here you go. What about when Sue looked like that?
Ooh, yes. That's how I always wanted Sue to look. Of course, Chrome makes everything better.
Here we go.
Okay, that's reprints of Silver
Oh, boo.
Surfer. Red Silver Surfer. That John Buscema series.
Number 2 of Firestar.
Is Firestar a mutant?
Yeah. And an amazing friend.
Oh, she was on that. An amazing friend of Spider-Man, eh?
One of the 2. Firestorm the Nuclear Man.
Number 1. Hey.
Woo.
I don't think he's watching any longer, but Longbox Review is into Firestorm, I believe.
I believe it. Oh, here we go.
Joe Kubert's School, First
Folio.
That's intriguing. From Pacific Comics. One of the many indie comics that from the 80s that no longer exists.
Right. Oh, here we go. Fist of the North Star.
Huh.
The Fly.
Another classic.
Red Circle.
That's Archie.
Yeah.
Jack Kirby and Joe Simon created some superheroes for Archie at one point, and they wanted to compete with Marvel.
Do you know anything about this?
No, but I guess it doesn't even say Saint Francis. I assume it's the guy who could talk to the animals. You with your Jewish / non-religious upbringing wouldn't know that one.
The Frankenstein Monster.
Now that may have some really cool art in it. That may be Mike Plug art inside.
Indiana Jones.
That I had as a kid, and I don't remember liking it. I couldn't have been a kid, maybe college.
That goes on for a while. How long does this run? 24.
Well, if you've been craving further adventures of Indiana Jones, as seen through the eyes of a late 70s, early 80s Marvel writer.
Oh, good. Gen 13, issue 2. Or interactive. This isn't Gen 13 proper. Oh, here's preview. Oh, good. Gen 13 proper issue 1. Jim Lee, Brandon Choi, Scott Cam. Wow.
And this is just an imitation X-Men, right?
Maybe.
I've never,
Maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, they had. So I think they were like secret. They were kids that were experimented on, gained their superpowers. So they're probably closer to like Cloak and Dagger. I don't know. But I think they're supposed to be like X-Men in a way. You know, teen heroes with attitude.
I love Fire Professor.
Oh.
Ghost Rider.
Wait. Oh. Generic comic book.
Hey, that's got to be worth something.
The most supernatural superhero of all.
Sweet.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Ghost Rider had some really terrible artists, I'm afraid. Other times, Mike Klug was good.
Which is weird because Ghost Rider, like, basically has continued to exist solely on the basis that it's an awesome design.
Right. It is an awesome design. You're right.
Because I remember being really fascinated with Ghost Rider for a hot minute and looked up, you know, like what are the greatest runs of Ghost Rider and finding a way to just read them. And
they're hard to find.
There's not a lot of great Ghost Rider comics.
I think there was a good Jason Aaron Ghost Rider run.
I heard things. Yeah, I don't think I got there.
In the Marvel Max period or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ghost Rider is funny that way. Hey, and he got 2 movies. 2 Ghost Rider movies. That's pretty amazing. I think I saw them both. I can't really remember anything about them. Well, Ghost Rider looks so cool that he even got a movie. 2 movies.
Yeah, because Nick Cage wanted them, I think. Oh, here we go.
He originally wanted to play Luke Cage. The Birthday Boy, yay. I wonder what that is, but doesn't work.
Oh, here we go.
Lust. I wonder what that's about.
No idea.
Does it work for you that she's in mud or blood? I don't know.
I don't know. Here we go.
I don't know. I think it's now time to shake a little naughty
Spore Horse.
What? Okay. Well, that stuff is certainly.
Ooh, Tart. This is a classic. This is erotic comics history.
Oh my goodness! They put it right on the cover.
Oh yeah. Ooh, Sizzle and Sisters. I love this cover. No UFO.
It's a great title, if nothing else.
Pleasure Bound.
Wonder what that's about.
No idea.
This is the box to put near your kids' room when they get to be about 13.
Yeah. Hell's Mistress.
Maybe there's a character named Damien in Hell's Mistress.
Maybe. Here you go. Sally Forth.
That's a classic. I think it's Wally Wood.
Girls of Terra XXX. Oh, this had to have happened. Vampirotica.
Oh, it had to, yes.
Wow. Wait. Oh, not quite Conan, but it's Savage.
What? Sewer, that really kind of ruins the whole thing.
Yeah, all right. Let's go find another box.
I backed up while we were watching that. Maybe Crystal, you can read those comics together. The Ghost Rider was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. When he was on.
All right. Red Star.
Annual. The Price, that's reprinting some graphic novel that they did at Epic. Dread Star #1.
Sure, it's worth $1 million.
Maybe $1.50.
Right.
But it's well worth owning. And now you don't have to pay that $1.50 for it.
There you go. Dune.
Oh my goodness.
It's going to be just like Meta Barons. Close to monthly.
Eclipse Monthly was interesting. I mean, I don't remember it very specifically, but it was Edge of Horus. Was that Frank Miller? Oh no, sorry, Edge of Chaos. Sorry, something else. I don't know what that is.
It's okay. This is Frank Miller.
Frank Miller with Clark Jansen.
Yeah.
I've got to remember to talk quietly. My wife told me.
Oh, okay.
Elric, that's nice stuff.
Yeah, that goes on for a while.
Do you know who Elric is?
No idea.
He's like Conan, but weak and spindly and needs magic to be able to fight.
That doesn't sound like Conan at all.
Right. Well, he's the anti-Conan.
Okay. An answer to Conan in Conan's universe, maybe? Or is he not in Conan's universe?
They brought him into Conan's universe briefly, but he was created by a writer named Michael Moorcock, who's a famous British sci-fi writer.
All right.
And he's a very anti-hero. E-Man, a much loved at one point character who now you can buy all those comics for 50 or 50 cents or $1.
Good.
Looking at
The Eternals.
Jack Kirby's almost good, but not quite good series from Marvel.
All right.
But it's well worth looking at.
Oh, some Excalibur.
Huh.
The Claremont Classic.
Right.
Oh, here you go. The Falcon.
Yeah, I don't know who did that. I don't think that made much of a splash.
The Fallen Angels. Not a fan of that one, personally. Oh, here we go.
Ooh, back to Fantastic Four. I can't see it very well.
It's annual number 14.
Oh, okay.
Another annual with the bubble font.
It almost looks like John Byrne, but I think it's post-Marvel.
Next annual, I don't know. It looks like a villain mashup.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, here we go. Did you read this?
Yes, I did once upon a time. I love Embeck. That's the artist writer of the roast Marvel characters.
Yeah. What? Oh, is this just a reprint? Or
I can't tell. I can't see it.
representing the classic? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. With the John Byrne cover, but I'll read it.
Here we go.
Okay, now you are really. I guess that's a pretty beat up copy, but still, that's really.
Yeah. Here we go.
Jack Kirby was revving up on Fantastic Four. That's a little later.
Yeah.
Still nice that you got any Jack Kirby Fantastic Four. Very nice.
Thing No More.
Thing no more. How many times has that happened?
It's been a thing. Return of the Frightful Four.
There you go. Some Sandman.
Hey. Oh, I like this because someone drew. Oh, yeah, I don't know if you can quite see that, but someone
Oh yeah.
etched in. Yeah.
Still Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
Old time Fantastic Four.
Monster from the Lagoon.
Good. I got a hold of it. That's back in that issue. But...
The Inhumans.
Nice.
101.
Last or second to last Jack Kirby issue. I'm not sure.
102.
Yeah, I think in that issue, most of it's drawn by Romita, and there might be a few panels by Kirby or something.
Weird. All right. 103, that does look different.
Yeah, well, that's John Romita.
Yeah.
Still good stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the beginning of the John Buscema Fantastic Four, which was also very good.
There you go.
Yep.
Title.
I had that issue. Loved it. These are all titles I see totally through the haze of nostalgia glasses. So I might be wrong when I tell you they're good, but I think
Is that Quasar?
that would be the first appearance of Quasar.
Oh, man.
But he was called the Crusader, I guess. I'm pretty sure he became Quasar.
Once he got over it. There you go. Last of the box. But a crazy Reed Richards, that leads into Hickman's run.
Yes, exactly. You got quite a bit of Kirby and John Buscema Fantastic Four, and that stuff is just fun to look at, if nothing else.
Yeah. Ugh.
We've pretty much lost our audience, so only the cool people are left. So in a way, you'd probably be happier if there was more 80s stuff in here, or 90s. Or probably 80s stuff would be good.
Definitely don't want more 90s comics.
Yeah.
But
a lot of it is 70s.
Yeah.
Oh, Jonah Hex in the future.
Is that what it is? Okay.
And it's supposed to be terrible, but I just loved the idea of the silliness of that, so I bought them in 50-cent copies somewhere. Haven't read them yet.
Ooh, House of Mystery.
Mystery, that's classic DC horror.
House of Secrets.
It's pretty identical to House of Mystery. I don't know what the difference between them is.
Howard the Duck.
Later Howard the Duck, I think.
Yeah. Oh, here's some earlier.
Oh, there you go. That's probably Steve Gerber, Howard the Duck. Yeah, I remember that Giant Beaver issue. I'd be curious if you read any Howard the Duck from that era, since you like humorous comics, whether you'd find them funny, Howard the Human.
I know. I'm curious.
Whether they seem funny at all to you.
I should check it out. I don't think I've ever seen a way to read them easily.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I've always been kind of curious because Noah Van Sciver said he never wanted to do a big 2 comic unless it was Howard the Duck.
Right.
One of the big I heard. Yeah, Howard the Duck goes for a while.
Do it together.
Oh, wait. Human Torch.
That's probably a reprint of something from the early Silver Age.
There you go.
A return of that's definitely later Howard the Duck. After
Yeah. Okay, some weird manga stuff. The manga layer, I guess.
What does that even
There we go.
Whoa, that's very old Hulk. Marie Severin, I think.
The Mandarin. That's not his boy.
He's stealing Iron Man. They all live in the same universe, you know.
Oh, what? There's the Rhino?
Sweet. Yeah, the Rhino was a Hulk villain. I don't know if he started with Hulk or started with...
He started with Spider-Man. Then he moved to the Hulk.
Okay.
Um,
Those are some good Hulk issues during that
the
period.
Beast?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's good stuff. That's Hulk during a good period. That is just before the famous Wolverine appearance.
Yeah. 163, 164, 168.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had 160, but not 161.
Yeah.
I had
Yes.
a subscription to the Hulk back then.
Huh.
They were all good except really the one with Wolverine in it.
Sorbing Man. Oh, and then I think we go from here 214 Jack of Hearts
Huh.
to 400.
Whoa. He's much more buff.
Yeah. And then Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Someone knows Indiana Jones more than I do
Yes.
as a comic book character.
There we go.
Whoa, is that 15 cents, 12 cents?
15, issue 32.
Ooh, that was my first Iron Man issue you just pulled out.
Really?
I get excited. Yep. Against the Melter, or no, the Living Volcano.
Yeah.
You know what? When I was a kid, every issue of Iron Man, he was being defeated and he needed to plug in. And it was funny that it was called Invincible Iron Man because he always seemed the opposite of invincible.
Huh. Crazy mouth suit.
I remember I had that issue. This is kind of boring, me saying I had that issue, But anyway.
Yeah.
I have no idea if Iron Man was any good back then.
Issue 99, Rocket to Doomsday.
Nice. Maybe Dr. Doom is in the next issue.
Yeah. So a lot of early Iron Man, but I don't know if any of that's anything.
Not unless it's the one where Thanos first appears.
I don't think so. I thought that was later.
It's somewhere in that vicinity.
Oh, right.
Iron Man first appears in, but I know it was back then.
I'm gonna keep grabbing boxes.
I can keep going for a while longer. And you didn't hear that because your headphones were off. Some people may not realize, but this is a very historic Wednesday serial because Matt doesn't like doing haul videos, and Matt almost never does haul videos. This is probably one of your few haul videos, right?
It's true. Here you go, Thor.
Yeah, I'd get boring by saying that I think it's by Keith Pollard on the right.
All right.
And probably Roy Thomas writing it. That was kind of a middling Thor period. I can't see that cover very well. Sort of before Walt Simonson really revived it. It was fine.
When did Walt Simonson do it?
I want to say he started reviving Thor around 1983. That looks like Walt Simonson there. Is it? It's hard to...
Searcher Saga?
Yeah, I think that's Walt Simonson.
All right.
So he kind of, made Thor super exciting for a while.
Yep.
If he had Thor.
And then Thunder Bunny.
Ooh, baby. I ought to be a woman.
Oh, sweet.
What do we got?
Time Warp.
Nice. Science fiction anthology.
This is something I've always wanted to own but couldn't justify the price on because my shop is called Time Warp.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think there were only a few issues of that, and they always had great covers.
Oh, here's a great cover.
Oh, you showed that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Politically correct. I love it.
There you go, Tomb of Dracula.
Hey, number 7, not bad. Those aren't so easy to find anymore.
Wooden Bullets.
Yep. I don't know how it'll be when I reread it because I've got it in omnibus form now, but Tomb of Dracula seemed to me like the most sophisticated comic ever in Marvel Comics at the time I was reading it.
Silver Surfer versus Dracula.
Yes.
That sounds...
If you probably don't have the first Blade in there. That's the one super valuable.
Which issue? Do you know?
I have no idea what number. It's probably in the 20s or lower.
Let's see here. Well, there's one with Werewolf by Night.
Sweet. Where's the man wolf when you need him, though?
Right? Um,
Oh, Blade first appeared in Tomb of Dracula number 10.
number what?
Number 10. Thanks, Chris.
Nope. 7 to then 11.
There's no dummy in looking through these comics.
Tomb of Dracula apparently goes to 70,
Yes, it went through 70 issues.
so got most of it.
Every issue was drawn by the same person.
Transformers?
Woohoo. Were you a Transformers kid?
No, not at all. Turok, Son of Stone.
I
Or
love
is that-
they're of no value, but I love those painted covers from Gold Key.
Yeah. Here we go.
I don't think they're really
Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone. Rod Sterling. Probably Rod Sterling wrote that himself. I'm lying.
Twisted Tales.
Richard Corbin. I think
This is a comic, man.
yes.
Man, they don't do comics like this anymore. It's hard to walk into a shop and just be like, yeah.
At one point, I think on Twitter or somewhere, I was showing you panels from a Richard Corbin comic, and you said, "Well, I'm not into gay porn."
Yeah, that sounds about right. There you go, random Thor.
Oh, that's weird. I don't recognize that. It's an odd cover.
I'm just gonna put it
Excuse me.
where it belongs to be. Uncanny Origins featuring Doctor Strange.
Wow.
These are some bad comics.
Those are reprints or just retellings.
Here we go.
Hey, I love that one. Or love is. I'm very fond of that X-Men type.
Here we go. Mimic.
Wait a minute. Number 7.
Isn't this during the reprint era?
I think that's reprint era, yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm not totally sure though.
And 88, and then here we go. All new and all different. 98.
Sweet. I think that's a really good cover. That's why we talk about this.
Yeah. Death Star Rising.
Nice.
Right.
Cockram's role in the creation of that newer X-Men is underrated. That he really created a lot of those characters.
No, it was a revitalization of something that was dying.
Right.
I'm still fascinated that they went to reprints instead of canceling it, though. Like, did they know something was coming, or?
Supposedly what happened is they had decided to cancel it, and Neil Adams started drawing it. And the sales went so high up, they kind of officially canceled it and sent Neil Adams and the writer on his way. And then they saw how well it sold. So they said, okay, maybe we can keep these sales going just by putting out reprints.
Weird.
Very weird thinking that went on in the Martin Goodman days. Martin Goodman being the person who owned Marvel and who was like a uncle by marriage of Stan Lee. And he sold Marvel in about 1970, 1969, right when they were, everyone realized their sales were really good.
All right.
With the Man Bull. Can't beat the Man Bull.
Stampede. Chain Gang.
I think was actually written by a woman, which was shocking back then. Chain Gang War.
Wagner. Yeah, this is 90s, maybe very late 80s. Oh, here you go.
Charlton Bullseye.
Blue Beetle and the Question post Ditko.
Right. I wonder who does them in there. It might not even say, even if you open it up.
DeReed and McCloud. Yeah.
Oh, that's who drew the cover, probably.
Yeah.
Shape-
Chaser Platoon.
No idea.
Yeah. Claw, the Unconquered.
Ah, I like that.
What is it?
It's a Conan ripoff that DC was doing, but I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Written by David Michelini, however you say it.
Okay. Hey, classic Star Wars. Ooh. First Cloak and Dagger.
Woohoo.
Not appearance.
They
But,
started in Spider-Man, right?
that sounds right, yeah. There you go.
That looks like a reprint of something, or maybe
Size annual? You think?
I'm not sure what's inside of it. I thought maybe it's a reprint, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, for being a Conan expert, you're letting me down.
I think I have Alzheimer's, so got to give me a break.
All right. Size annual. When I get to the king size annual.
Let's be the first actual Conan
How about this?
movie adaptation. Because after you've seen the movie, of course you need to read the comic. That's just a bad reproduction of the movie.
Movie special.
So that must have been Conan #2, Schwarzenegger's second Conan.
Here you go.
Okay, that is hot stuff. Barry Windsor Smith period. Although it might be the Gil Kane issue.
13.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
All right. 14.
Hey, that's one of the ones I wanted to read for our next Damien-centric podcast.
All right. 15.
Yeah, those two. Woohoo.
All right. 17. No, 16, I guess.
You've got some of the ones there that are in my Conan sweet spot.
19.
Nice. One or two of them have reprints of them. They're good reprints of earlier Barry Smith.
21.
That one might-
Winner of the Academy Award for Best Comic Mag.
Did they actually call it the Academy Award? I wonder what the awards were called back then. They weren't the Eisners or anything like that, but they did have awards.
I guess so.
If you have 23 and 24, I'll be very happy for you.
21. No, 21 again. Sorry, 24.
24, that issue is a peak issue for Barry Smith, and it goes for quite a bit.
25.
25 is John Buscema's first issue, and it's not as lucrative, but it's a fun, and it's part of the same story.
26.
Yeah, those are good comics. That's when Conan was good.
27. 28. The Monster of Spot One. Huh. 30, 31, 32. There you go.
And you'll be glad to know that Barack Obama read these comics too. Somewhere along the line, he confessed to reading Conan from this era.
Huh.
Yep. So just imagine our president reading these. It's like, ooh, I'd like to wear a loincloth too and fight monsters with my axe.
The Were-Woman.
Yep. Gotta watch out for those women.
All right. And 39, 40, 41. Here we go. 42.
Yep.
There's the Gargoyle. Age of Blood. All right. So it kind of just goes for a while with Conan. I don't know if there's any ones I should look out for, but
I think those early ones, you know, I'm randomly saying up through somewhere into the 30s are particularly good.
100.
The death of Belette, his one true love. He slept with hundreds of women, but only Belette got his heart.
How romantic. The devil has many legs.
He's a spider. I thought Conan got a bit tedious by then. But,
Well, that's the big Conan layer.
score on the Conans, I think, especially those early ones. Nice.
Cool.
So are you wearing out, or do you want to do another box?
Let's do another box.
Okay. Oh, Crystal came to my defense. Oh, he's not listening now. Thank you, Crystal. Yeah, the Conans can really blur in your mind after a while. So it's the ones that I read first that stand out, I suppose. And others would stand out when there was something special. So Crystal came to my defense and said, to be fair, there are millions of Conan. Knowing them all is rough. Conan was so popular in the 70s. It was insane.
I just expect you to know more. All right.
Smart as you are. Oh, back to Peter
60.
Parker. I remember that. That's a Frank Miller cover. I'm pretty.
Yeah. Double-sized issue. I was pretty stoked when I saw that pop up.
Yeah, that's a good period for Peter Parker in my memory.
Yeah, no, this is some classic stuff. The whole Molten Man saga.
Was it a saga?
Well, I mean, a few issues, but it was building to that for a while. Good Electro issue.
I like that Electro.
Look at that cover.
I can't see it.
One of those spider split covers.
Isn't that just kind of something that Steve Ditko used to do a lot?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's a motif that people have played off of a lot.
That I think comes from Ditko.
I mean, sure. Here we go. The Return of Cloak and Dagger.
Yay. They were fan favorites for a while. I never really got into that.
The Silvermane. Good.
Definitely reading Spectacular Spider-Man around that time. I can't remember who wrote it.
I think it was a little all over. Look at that cover.
Yeah,
Pretty crazy.
That's a little more advanced, almost like there was some computer coloring going on there.
Yeah, the owl. Oh, yeah. It's the owl, octopus, and black cat all in one issue. What are you going to do?
All animals.
I mean, there's a lot of animals in Spider-Man. At death's door. Oh no! Oh no!
Not the cat.
Not the cat. She's hot. She can't die.
She's mine.
The final battle.
Oh, good. It's all over at last.
Yeah, thank God.
Very disco-esque cover.
Come on.
The Spectacular Joe. Oh, now I want to read that one. Oh, that cover's not.
Hey, Cloak and Dagger.
Again, fan favorites. Got to keep bringing them back.
Yeah. Lighting on that cover is pretty crazy.
Yeah. He's just fighting with some punks. It's not going to take him long.
Big cover, big issue, right?
True love, showing your true face.
Yeah, not worth it.
Did you take your mask off on your honeymoon?
No. I put it on.
They really liked Black Cat back then.
I mean, it was a big thing with her going on at the time.
Right.
That's when the bad luck rash was rubbing off on him, and then he had to go get that cleansed out. Man, Black Cat, Cloak, and Dagger?
Ooh, bringing out the big guns. I bet that issue sold well.
Here you go. Floating Heads.
Yay, floating heads.
Then it jumps. Oh, here you go, Spider-Woman.
That's a pretty cool cover. So, I mean, maybe there's jumps, but I mean, you're getting a lot of Spectacular Spider-Man out of this.
Yeah. Hey, it's Sal Buscema.
Oh, Buscema. Puma's Rage.
Yeah, this is pretty close to Child Within. Oh, and then jumps to Media Blizzard, which we just covered on Untold.
Yeah.
It's not very good.
The podcast or the comic?
Yeah. Some Spider-Woman, not much. Oh, look, a random issue of Squadron Supreme. Yeah.
Flashing by.
Here we go. I want to get the earliest one of these. Jeez. Star Spangled War.
I'm glad the war is star spangled.
And look, the Unknown Soldier versus.
A sumo wrestler?
Yeah.
That happened a lot in World War II, I guess.
Yeah, that's how you fought. Giant guys in diapers versus guys with bandaged faces.
Out of kamikazes, let's bring out the sumo wrestlers.
Yeah. Go.
Oh, the Unknown Soldier again.
20 cents. Yeah. So the Unknown Soldier was a thing. I didn't realize it was that.
I didn't realize he was very popular.
Here we go. Marvel Star Trek from the motion picture.
Ooh, one of the best science fiction movies ever made.
Yeah.
He said with a lot of sarcasm in his voice.
I like the Star Trek movies.
Did you? The first one?
First one's a little dull.
That's the one that we're talking about there. Star Trek. They called it Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Right. But I mean, it was kind of interesting to have more of a meditation, more of a slower movie.
Right. They were trying to. The director thought 2001 was what he should go for, I guess.
Yeah. Though I really like what is it, Unknown Country?
Which most people hate. Because that's
Yeah,
God, right?
yeah, I think it's fascinating. There you go. Gold Key Star Trek.
Star Trek. That's harder to find, although not of any value, but harder to find.
Right. And the DC Star Trek.
I remember liking the DC Star Trek. I think a lot of it was written by Peter David.
Peter David has a long career with Star Trek. He actually wrote a series of books that was its own crew that I've wanted to try to find and just haven't really made the time for.
During a brief period where I read Star Trek novels, the only good ones were written by Peter David that I can recall.
There was a couple other guys that had some good ones, but I think he wrote most of the worthwhile stuff.
I mean, I did not. I only read about 6 or 7 of them. There were hundreds of Star Trek novels. So
yeah, some Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Back when Star Wars saved the Marvel universe.
Right, Star Wars and Conan basically were propping up Marvel.
I'd actually be curious to go back and read Shadows of the Empire comics.
Huh? Yeah.
Here we go.
Given up on Star Wars. Oh, Star-Lord. That's probably a reprint.
Maybe, but Chris Claremont, John Bryan, Michael Godwin, Terry Austin, Glenn Wine, and Tom Orszewski.
He's a letterer. Funny they credit him on the cover, but they never credited anyone on the cover.
Starman!
Oh, that Starman.
Yep. And then some Starship Troopers, I guess, but who cares?
Cool.
Oof.
Well, I mean, I think you must be happy about all those spectacular Spider-Mans.
Yeah, and I think there's one more box with a chunk of Spider-Man in it, but yeah, that was the big for me.
It got some Web of Spider-Man, but not as big of a chunk, I don't think.
Yeah, there's a good chunk of web that I don't own, and then Spectacular is pretty cool, and then those Amazings.
A nice era of Amazing that's probably not reprinted very much.
Yeah, no, I think it's just past those Nimbuses, but I think the next Nimbus is coming out and would cover most of that era. I'm just afraid to open those up.
But I don't know why he says a Nimbus.
Nimbus, a Nimbi, a Numbavu.
Oh, Nimbus kind of sounds like some minivan that's going to come from Toyota next year.
Right. Yeah. So I don't think we're going to go through all the boxes, but I wanted to make sure to at least hit that Conan box.
Well, thank you for sharing this with me. It's like Christmas morning or something.
Right?
Times 1,000.
It's pretty crazy. There's a lot of... Oh, the other thing, there's a couple things I wanted to show you, but somewhere there's basically the entire run of the Savage She-Hulk.
Oh, right.
That's pretty big.
I don't know if all of it's by John Byrne, but I think the John Byrne parts are supposed to be fun.
Yeah, and then
Although perhaps
there's pretty... It's not the complete run, but it's a good chunk of Dazzler.
yeah, I tried. Beatrix or Quacking Duck and I read quite a bit of Dazzler. You don't need to read it all.
Right. I've heard it drops off pretty quick.
There wasn't that much effort put into Dazzler, I would say, unfortunately. 'Cause
Right.
She had a lot of potential, but
Well, she's one of those characters that just kind of crops up here and there and goes away.
yeah, they don't really know what to do with her.
Yeah.
Well, so you were when you talked to me about this earlier, you were talking about how you need to get rid of these. Like, what percentage are you now thinking you want to get rid of,
I don't know.
or sell, or?
I will say, like, I picked some boxes where I want to keep most of them. Like, it'd be really hard for me to get rid of basically any of the Spider-Man, whatever. But
I
yeah,
wonder
like
if in your area, there's something like in my area, there 4 times a year they have something called the Frankenstein comic book swap,
mhm.
and people pay $20 to have a table, and they just put a whole bunch of boxes of comics up and say $1 a book or 50 cents a book.
Right.
And you have enough that it might actually be worth trying one of those things.
If we had one out here.
Right.
If I wanted to do that, I'd have to set that up and like put it at the Longmont Fairground or something and do a whole thing.
Unless it turns out there's something like this going on that you don't know about yet. But if like this ever pops up, you could just bring 10 or 20 boxes of stuff.
Right. No, I hear you. It's hard because like there's so much that I love here that I want to read, but I'm like, I don't know if
You can't read it all.
Yeah, no. And some of these, like some of the better ones, I'm afraid to open. I don't want to touch them, really.
Yeah, but it looks like the really valuable stuff's been culled out.
That's true. Though there's a few exceptions. There's a handful of comics that are definitely worth some money. So most of them are some Amazing Spider-Mans that were looked over.
Well, once you have a baby, you'll have to keep the baby food away from the comics and everything. But it seems to me that the time that you accidentally damage a really old comic is when you're sliding it back into the board
bag. Yeah.
But
apparently we're not supposed to put them in bags now, right?
Well, that's my theory that we discussed privately the other day.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. This video, so maybe I shouldn't explain that theory now. Because it says 3 watching, and that might be me and Crystal being 2 of them.
Right. So, yeah. So let's call it here.
Kind of like the Scrooge McDuck of comics now. You could have a whole room full of them that you could swim in.
Oh my god. It's funny too because like I need to get rid of some of my comics that I had before all this too, and now it's like, what am I gonna do?
Try to sell grab bags on eBay.
Oh my god, yeah.
I wish
I don't know.
In town, I'd probably buy 3 or 4 of those boxes off you, just like that.
Right.
Oh well. Well, you'll think of something. The other thing is, if you do have kids, toddlers, I used to make forts out of comic book short boxes for my daughter. She loved that.
Okay, good to know.
Okay, well, have a good night.
Yeah, you have a good night too.
Off air at all, or are you going to keep going without me?
Oh, I'll call it here. I mean, going through all these would just be kind of droll at this point. I mean, it's exciting, but it's also just a lot of comics, I don't know.
Great to meet Crystal in the chat. Perhaps we'll meet in the flesh someday. Good night.
Good night.